I would have to say this guy right here.
Me?
Yes, he always has to put 2 pairs of socks on each foot for his ankle support.
So 2 socks makes me change longer.
Yeah, it does actually.
I say Kate or JR because they just, they take longer to get dressed, just trust me. Kate or JR. Actually,
And then,
Kate.
you know, JR always has to spray on like a bunch of body spray for some reason.
He wants to
Even though we're
smell-
gonna go get sweaty.
He wants to smell nice and fresh.
So,
Either Morgan Walls or Taylor, because Morgan double socks and both of them put makeup on him before a game.
I'm glad none of the guys do
Yeah,
that.
no one on our team puts makeup on before a game. We might kick them out of the locker room if they did that.
Tyler
Harris,
Harris.
hands down. And Colby's pretty funny too, but
I gotta go with Tyler.
Just,
He's always got that yeah buddy at the right
or the
time.
O Sons, or he just. He has that
a few
country
games
drawl.
ago, he was sitting there, just cutting up with me while we're in a game. I'm kind of in game time
I know.
mode.
He always
go
has
with
some
the
remark.
flow.
He always has some remark to add on the game.
Hilarious.
Katie Crane, because even though we're all pretty serious during a game, after the game when you get in the locker room, she's dancing around, jumping up and down, making everybody laugh.
I can see that.
I can definitely see that. This guy, no question about it. You ask former teammates, you ask current teammates, you ask anybody, you even ask Coach himself, he'll tell you it's him.
I'd have to disagree. Right now, I would have to say it's Tyler Harris. You know
No!
why? He tapes his ankle before a game.
Because he's hurt, he just had surgery.
No, listen.
He's supposed to tape it up. His ankle would fall off
but
if he
then,
didn't.
let me finish.
She ain't even agreeing with me, she's not even on the team.
But then after the game, he takes the tape off for him. He never did that for me.
Sam, I distinctly heard him in practice the other day say you were his favorite.
He loves you.
I don't know what he's talking about. What about you, Abby? Who's the favorite on your team?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know that Coach has a favorite. If he does, it's Morgan, and she's his favorite and his least favorite at the same time.
That's true.
Sam's just a favorite all the time. There is no off time for him.
Next question.
Always.
Next
Sam.
question.
Pre-game ritual. Well,
It's hard.
that's a toughie. That's a question you don't get asked all the time.
Oh, I'd have to say, whenever Colby was playing,
Yes.
he played solitaire before
Yes.
every game.
Whenever Colby, before he got hurt, he played solitaire before every game.
Whether it was on Mrs. Barker's computer, I just told on you, Colby, or on his cell
Or on
phone.
his cell phone. He would always.
He had to play solitaire.
Yeah, either that or Pokemon, but it was dominantly solitaire.
Once again, I'd probably say Morgan Walls or Taylor, because they do their makeup before a game. They always touch up their makeup before a game, and that's just weird.
That is a weird
That is
ritual.
very weird ritual.
What emotions will you be feeling while you're playing your last game at MPCA?
Excited and kind of relieved because playing basketball sometimes gets
a grind.
It's pressuring, and it's hard on the body, trust me.
And a lot of pride knowing that you went through your whole high school and middle school career playing here. So I have a lot of memories on the floor.
It's going to be sad too, because I think about it, and I love playing basketball here, and I want to come back and do it again, but I'm also really happy I got to play here while I did.
Have you ever made a buzzer beater?
Trying to think.
I've made some shots that went in before the buzzer, but it wasn't to win the game.
I just watched the Temple game the other day at Temple in the Invitational.
I had like
you,
30.
And you hit like a fadeaway. So
I know. I've hit a couple. I've hit a couple of buzzer beaters, but they weren't to win the game.
No, I've never had.
I'll have to watch film and let you know later.
Let us go to the film room. And we'll get back with you on that.
Hey Sam, how'd you get so good at basketball?
Well, hard work, dedication, and a little bit of inheritance. I heard my dad was a really good basketball player. My mom actually beat Mount Pisgah by a buzzer beater in the state tournament, so I think it's kind of an inherited thing a little bit, But no, it's hard work and dedication, a lot of practice.
How long have you been playing basketball?
I started playing when I was in the first grade for a City League team in Oliver Springs. But for here, I'd say it's been, what, Mark? We started together about 5th or 6th
Eight years. We've been playing here for 8 years. I started playing basketball when I was like 4 or 5 years old in City League. So I mean, I don't really know how many years altogether it is, but it's more than 8 because I've been playing here for 8 years. So I promise you, it's been more than 8.
We also learned math here.
Yeah.
I started playing in 6th grade, but I've played for 3 years here.
Who's your favorite basketball player?
My favorite basketball player is probably Samuel Perry. That kid, he can stroke the ball and he can drop dimes. So that's my favorite basketball player.
Appreciate you.
No, in all seriousness, my favorite basketball player is Kevin Durant. I love watching him play, and that's just someone that I love watching. So Kevin Durant's mine.
I love Candace Parker. She was like my basketball model because she was tall, she played my position, and it was just easy to watch her and learn so much from her.
And she was a woman.
Well, yeah, that.
Mine would have to be Larry Bird. Love watching highlights.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I mean, Mark first, and then, of course, Larry Bird.
I said it now.
I see him as, this is controversial, but I see him as the greatest basketball player ever. Love Larry Bird.
Calvary. I loved beating my old school. I used to play there, so I knew all the girls to begin with, but then I was really competitive with them, and I guarded my cousin the whole time, so it was just the satisfaction of knowing that we ended up being better than them. I loved it.
Not this year, but what was it, our 8th grade?
Yeah,
our
8th
8th grade year, we played Calvary, and a lot of guys from my church go there, and it was a bitter rivalry, needless to say, and we beat them in the regional, the first round of regions that year, and it was awesome.
My favorite victory is my sophomore year when we beat Tri-Cities in the second round of regions to make it to the championship game, because they were a very good team and we weren't really expected to beat them, and we ended up beating them by like 27, so beat them pretty bad. It was a very fun and energetic win for us.
Colby Turner.
Yeah. That is a big man, and we lost him.
No,
I was serious.
I would have to say last year in the regional championship against Temple, that was pretty heartbreaking.
Yeah,
there wasn't really anything we can do about it. So.
Yeah, the ref kind of left the game with the Temple bag in his hand, so it was kind of one-sided the whole time. But I mean, yeah, that was probably one of the worst heartbreakers played in a long time.
Fairview, my freshman year in the first round of the JV girls tournament, we had beat them twice that year already, and we went in and we just couldn't do it again. But I mean, the refs helped them out quite a bit. Plus,
it was also at Fairview.
Yeah, it was at Fairview.
Nobody beats Fairview at Fairview.
And we should have been playing Fairview first round because we were the best 2 teams to begin with. So. Calvary's gym in Kingston. It's where I first started playing. It's where I did most of my home. I've actually played almost more there than I have here, and I love that gym.
Mark, you know?
I'm probably gonna say Temple's gym because I mean I always play pretty good there. It's always a really good atmosphere, electric. You know, you have that real basketball feel to it. So I just like playing at Temple.
I love playing where we play our state tournaments at South Haven. Love their gym. There's a lot of energy. I love it.
Yes.
Hey, Marcus Sam. Good luck for all you do after you leave Mount Pisgah. And thank you for finding my great new nickname.
Abigail Madison Ware. Allow me to take you back to Knoxville Apostolic's home court, where at the beginning of the second half, you had the ball and were on your way to a wide open layup. You shot the ball and missed it, but you got the rebound and shot it again. You missed that one too, but you got the rebound again. And finally, you made it in the hoop, but you scored for the wrong team. I know we've never let you live that down, but that was my favorite and funniest memory I've ever had of you. Thank you for being such a good sport and putting up with us whenever we're getting on your nerves by bringing that up and back up and back up. But in a serious note, I want to thank you for being a leader. Whenever we need it, you pull us back into reality and help us get back on track for the next game, and you help us appreciate what Coach Walls and Miss Walls and everybody else does for us. You help us unite as a team, and I just want to thank you for that. Good luck wherever you're going.
Mark and Sam, while you guys have been great players, you've also been great teammates, and most of all, you've been our best friends, and we're so glad that we've gotten the opportunity to be with you guys this year, but we're going to be a little sad that you guys are leaving after this year. Tyler?
Thank y'all for all the good times we've had. Remember the first time we were frolicking on the basketball court? We've came a long way. Can't wait to finish out the rest of this year with y'all. We love you.
Hi, Abby. I know you've already heard Morgan's, and you probably rolled your eyes many of the times while listening to her. So I decided to bring up another thing. So we sitting on the court, well, on the sideline of the court, and Anna was in. Well, she took the ball down, and she also scored on the wrong go. Like sister, of course. I looked at you and smiled, and you slapped me right across the face. I'll never forget that, but just a funny story to remember, and you're probably rolling your eyes at me right now. So, in serious, I just wanted to say thank you so much for always being there for each one of us, being a shoulder when we needed it, and all the times you're stressed out, but you're still willing to put up with us. So I just wanted to thank you for being part of our team, and I love you no matter what, so thank you.